Now, breaking news at this hour, DeKalb County police officer facing criminal charges in connection to a deadly shooting while on duty. I'm Tracy Hutchins.
And I am Wale Aliyu. It's good to be with you tonight. Atlanta News First, Lonnie Latang is live for us in Avondale Estates, where the shooting happened last night. And Lonnie, what more are you learning tonight?
Yeah, GBI making quick of this investigation. They're saying that they're bringing charges to 37-year-old DeKalb County officer Derek Harris Jr. following the officer-involved shooting death of 19-year-old Seth Eccles. DeKalb County police say that Officer Harris has been fired. So this is what we know starting from last night. So officers say on Tuesday, DeKalb County police investigated an armed robbery of a mail carrier. U.S. Postal Inspection agents spoke with Eccles, who had been a person of interest. After the conversation, agents allowed Eccles to walk away. Later, officials say they discovered Eccles had an active arrest warrant. Officials then found him again, but he ran away and hid in the woods. The GBI says Officer Harris found Eccles in the backyard of homes on Ramel Way in Avondale Estates. That's where we are right now. Officer Harris gave Eccles verbal commands at gunpoint. They say Eccles complied with the commands, and Officer Harris took Eccles into custody. GBI says during the arrest, Officer Harris shot Eccles, and Eccles later died at the hospital. Now, DeKalb County CEO Lorraine Cochran Johnson released a statement saying that no one is above the law. She and the police chief say their thoughts and prayers are with Eccles' family. And once Officer Harris is in custody, he will be booked into DeKalb County Jail. Reporting live here in Avondale Estates, I'm Alani Latang, Atlanta News First.